talk. What part do you think you could play? What part is God leading you to play most importantly? And do you think your church can have to bring victory home? Any questions, any thoughts, comments, anything? Feedback? One or two things?
We have
Go ahead.
MOCA Ministries close by here, and we could partner with them and work, more with them to help with that outreach.
Yeah, MOCA would be a great ministry to partner with. Excellent.
We already do.
What's that?
We already are partnering.
You already are? Yeah.
So I work in healthcare, and I see firsthand the rate of depression and suicide in young people, as young as third grade, coming in and they want to end their lives. And I see the site crisis team come in, but I know from working with adults in the veteran community that the ones who have healing have found Christ. So it would be nice if there was a spiritual crisis team that we could call, because being a federal employee, I can't cross that
Right.
line.
Yeah, that's huge though. A crisis team where people can get a hold of. I'm always trying to think and pray about, how do we solve this problem of suicide? How does, really should be a church issue, right? We should be leading the way. It's where the answer is found. How as a church in the United States can we solve this problem of suicide? Working together. It's
And
huge.
when all your adults have failed you,
Yeah.
that hope in Christ could get you, can get you through.
Right.
Ryan, can I share one thing?
Sure.
I think one of the ways is networking. So I'm going to try to help Ryan find places where he can share this presentation. If some of this was news for us, there's going to be news for some others, and even denominationally, because Native people are very often off the radar. You can even in a state that has a Native name, and they don't know anything about Native people in ministry. So I think that's one of the ways is networking.
Yeah.
And I think too that we have to get out of our four walls. They're not coming to us. We have to go and intersect with them where they're at.
Exactly.
Find places to be with them and get to know them.
That's so true. That's huge. I've shared in other messages in Acts chapter 17 when Paul, when he evangelizes Athens, he doesn't wait for people to come to him. I've shared this in different Native conferences. He went to the marketplace in the synagogue day by day. What did he do? It says he reasoned with those who happened to be there. He didn't stay in some religious building, did he? He was out. You know where people were there at. It's huge. All right, let's wrap it up. We've got about 2 minutes left. The future. So past, the present, the future. Equipping Indigenous people to participate in God's global mission. I'm not going to say a lot about this, just this one slide. So as Jim had said, we have the United in Christ Conference coming up. Save the date, July 2020 here. July 23rd to the 25th. Listen to this, what the theme of this conference is. It's changing Native America from being a missions field to being a missions force. A global missions force. And so there is talk about us sending out missions teams made up of Indigenous people and other people from this conference to go to other people groups. So for example, we're talking about an Indigenous leader leading a team to work with immigrant people groups here in our country. And we're also talking about sending a team to work with the Quechua people in South America. If you don't know who the Quechua people are an Indigenous people group in South America, primarily in 3 countries, Bolivia, Ecuador, and Peru. And total, they number over 8 million. And it's basically an unreached people group. And so we are looking at having a team be sent out from this conference that will go out, represent Christ, and share Christ down there with the Quechua. So closing, I want to just take a minute or so to pray. So work together and pray for the salvation of Indigenous people. Pray for justification, sanctification, glorification. Then pray for the church. Pray for the church to have God's heart. Pray for the church to do God's work. And pray for the church to persevere, because it's not easy ministry in carrying out God's work in Indigenous culture. Thanks. Go ahead and pray.